So what happens when you have all these guys who don't want to be a leader or they don't want to be led? What happens? You end up with a lot of disorder, a lot of destruction. And maybe that's just the way society is going anyway, right? You know, society is being just broken down, you know, as we know on YouTube, and as it is such now going forth in some mainstream. You got the Me Too movement that has caused some men to go their own way. And you may have these other guys who don't feel like they're part of the hierarchy, you know, because they decided not to be. Yeah, the Sigma type, right? So basically you see everything splitting away. Now, I've always been a type that I know I am very enigmatic. I'm not a Sigma. I'm just something different altogether. I've never been the alpha type, but for some reason, I still know how to be a good leader when the time comes. You know, but that doesn't mean I like to always be around a lot of people. But at the same time, I'm not so big on this whole bandwagon of staying by myself, you know. And this also means that I don't mind if there is a good leader that I can roll with, as long as he know what he doing. The minute he don't, I'm going to say, give me the wheel, dog. Let Jesus take the wheel. Yeah. But, you know, you don't see that occurring in society, though. You see the opposite. You see a lot of splitting away with a lot of guys that just want to continue to be this solitary thing, which I think is just going to become solitary confinement outside of solitary confinement places. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, that is what's about to happen, for real. And I see it more and more every day. And it's really sad if we want to talk about, like, even amongst so-called black men, it's getting worse, you know. But I'm going to save a lot of what I have to say for my finale of only a few black men are solitary, because it should only be a few, not many. You know, and those few are the chosen ones, you know. You know, and so the thing is, only a few are chosen. Many are called, but only a few are chosen. You know that statement. But see, here's the thing. With this whole Sigma thing, dudes are choosing themselves. You know, they haven't had a life that reflects someone that was chosen. They haven't had a certain mindset or personality that reflects someone that is chosen. They just decided they wanted to choose themselves because, you know, overall, it wasn't even based on them being recognized by their superiors as being something, you know, very unique and different, and maybe something very majestic and mystique. They weren't even recognized by their superiors. They just said, I'm going to choose myself. That's what I get from out of this whole Sigma thing, especially if you want to try to say that some of the so-called black men out here wanted to now say that they're Sigma. And I think that's really a problem because, yeah, it's just showing that we no longer continue to think as a collective anymore. Even as, quote unquote, black people, black men, you're just going to see more splintering. See, I always try to be, you know, collective with individuals. They just never be collective with me. So that's what lets me know how much of the chosen one I am, you know. But for most people out here, that's not the case. You know what I'm saying? You're going to try to choose yourself. And that's what's going on. The whole apocalyptic thing to all of this is that, yeah, every man for himself, just as the cliche goes, every man for himself. So no one is really trying to build. Everyone is trying to destroy. And that's what I see. I see destruction with this thing called Sigma. You know, some people are already saying, I ain't trying to do nothing with the community. I ain't trying to be a part of society. I ain't trying to do nothing to really help the world be better. I'm trying to better myself. Better yourself for what? As the world is falling apart around you? What if you had what it takes to prevent the world from falling apart? What if you did? What if? Just what if? Could you sleep at night knowing that you could have had made the world a better place, but you decided not to? Just some thoughts of mine. But yeah, it all starts with not how you destroy the world, but how you in many ways destroy your connection with another person by simply not being there for them, by not staying in touch with them. It starts from those type of early seeds, and then it grows into a huge hurricane, you know? So, but yeah, I just see this as a trend with all this Sigma thing going on. Now, it has been a little quiet lately, so I think there has been some rebuttals, and that's good because if you're going to be this thing called Sigma, you need to know your place as it. Now, say that to a Sigma, he going to be like, excuse me, place? Like, yes, place, yes. It should be still to where you're trying to be effective in some ways, you know, as far as helping your fellow man. If you're just thinking about helping yourself, you're part of the apocalypse in some ways. You know what I'm saying? You're part of the problem. And there are a lot of people who are becoming part of the problem because a lot of people are only thinking about themselves and only wanting to choose themselves. And yeah. And if an alpha, some dude that try to say he's an alpha, if he only thinks about himself, he's not a true alpha either. Keep that in mind. He's adding to the problem too. Yeah. Signing out.